What's up YouTube, Unseen here, another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This is a mixed tiers battle against Zero Infinity. They don't have a YouTube channel, but I found them on the Battle Frontier Clan. It's another site that I use to find my battles now, and I use it alongside with the Battle Society, so I'll have a link to both of those in my description. For this one, you guys should check both of them out. They're both really good, and you'll never be short of battles, let me tell you, between the two of them. So let me start this up. Now, there are a lot of threats on this team, and between Sableye and Milotic, they're the ones I'm worried about the most. I was actually about to bring a Sableye to this battle, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be a dick. And then I bring a Sableye, and I'm like, god damn it, I really wish I brought mine now. So right off the bat, goes for Flare Blitz, and it does a lot of damage. Luckily, I'm really defensive, so I take it, not very well, but I take it. I was actually thinking he'd switch out right away into Weavile. Should not have done that. If I went for Air Slash, I could have possibly killed it. Not 100% sure. I might have just almost killed it. I was thinking maybe a Weavile switch, like I said before, right away, but that's why you should not overpredict early in the game, because that kind of fucks me over. So now I bring in fucking Gumby, because judging from that damage, I'm thinking that it's locked into the move. I'm pretty sure it's banded. So I get the Intimidate off, so we'll do less damage. It goes for Flare Blitz one more time. And I don't take it, like, amazingly. And this is where I'm pretty confident that it's banded, because you're -1, and it's not very effective. I don't have the best defense, but I mean, come on. It has to be banded. It still did half damage. So I predict the switch into Milotic, and holy shit, this pays off. Because I go for Wild Charge, and this does a lot of damage to possibly the biggest threat on the team, which really, after this move, is not much of a threat at all. So, yeah, I am really low on HP though. I'm not even at 100 anymore after these 2 turns, and I only got 1 attack off, which kind of blows. But I took out one of the biggest threats, or just really pretty much crippled it. So now I switch out into Dizzy. That is a Hitmontop, and I don't really like that very much because I'm intimidated. My attack isn't the best, that's why I have it Life Orb boosted, but anyway, I go for Extreme Speed on the switch, predicting maybe a Lilligant to come in, but not wanting to over-predict because I know I could kill Milotic with Extreme Speed. So now I'm down to 53 HP, and that kind of blows, but I switch out now, and yeah, bring in my Meat Curtain. That is a Shaman, so he goes for High Jump Kick, and this does a lot of damage. Oh, sorry about that, but it does half damage, so yeah, I really don't like that very much. I go for Air Slash, holy shit, this turn, and it does a pretty good amount of damage, although I was kind of confident I'd KO it. I am Life Orbed, I'm pretty sure max special attack, and I was kind of hoping for the flinch because I have Serene Grace. I don't get that though, and he gets a Toxic off on me, which is pretty bad because obviously I'm a special attacker, so that's going to cripple me. So get some toxic damage, that's going to start adding up, and he switches out and brings in this guy. So that's a Sableye, and yeah, that is not good at all. So I go for Air Slash, and it does a decent chunk of damage, I guess, even though I am toxic. That's why it really didn't do all that much. And he's going to get some lefties now. So why not get toxic? So now I'm down to red HP. That's bad. And I'm actually thinking that he might switch out here because he can't status me. But it actually has Confuse Ray, which really, really sucks. I cannot stand Confuse Ray at all. I should probably maybe run Confuse Ray on my Sableye. I'm not sure because I like to have Toxic and Will-O-Wisp at the same time, because then I can cripple physical attackers and special attackers. I can also hit Steel types and Fire types that have Flash Fire with Toxic. So it works out, but Confuse Ray is definitely worth having. It's really annoying. So my poor Shaman dies without accomplishing very much. I bring in Jaws now, and because he has Confuse Ray, I know he's going to have the Will-O-Wisp over Toxic. That's what most Sableye seem to have. So I just go for Protect to scout out, just to make sure that he does have Will-O-Wisp, and also get my speed boost up, just in case he switches out. That way I can outspeed whatever he wants to bring in. So get my speed boost, I am +1 now. And he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Like I predicted, I was kind of hoping he'd switch out, but wasn't really expecting it. The Will-O-Wisp was pretty obvious. So I go for Night Slash just to see how much damage I can do after the Willow. And my god, that is just pitiful. I mean, just, come on. So, yeah, get the speed boost now. I'm +2, I think. And now he goes for Confuse Ray. So, yeah, I was kind of crying here, man. You know, like this right here, this is the stuff that makes you nerd rage. Sableye with Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray. Luckily, I break through the confusion, and I get off a waterfall, which does a decent amount of damage. So, at least I'm whittling down pretty slowly, but I'm still doing damage. I'm not complaining. So, gets a little bit from lefties, and now I get burnt. So, that's not very good. And I get my speed boost. A lot of after-turn effects with this Sharpedo. So, yeah, now he switches out and brings in the Lilligant as I predict the switch with the Ice Fang. Holy shit, amazing prediction on this part. I break through the confusion, and that is amazing. I don't get a lot of damage off on it because I'm burnt. It'd probably do about half, maybe a little bit more if I wasn't burnt. But I'm not complaining, dude. I broke through confusion, got a great prediction in, and a pretty decent chunk of damage. So, I'm not exactly sure what Lilligant wants to do. I'm thinking either Sleep Powder, predicting me to switch out, or just Petal Dance with that move that makes it so it can't be confused. So I go for Ice Fang again, because I don't want to switch out. And I think the Sharpedo could just be left as Death Fodder, because I really don't want to switch anything out to be put to sleep or hit by Petal Dance. But I get the freeze. And, I was so happy right here, because that's what he gets for bringing Sableye. Fuck Sableye. I hate it, even though I use it, but I only hate it when other people have it. So, yeah, I switch out here to bring in my Weavile, thinking I could probably set up and do a good amount of damage to most of his team. So, got my Waffles in here now, and because he is frozen, I will go for Swords Dance. So now I'm +2 attack, and right here, I was thinking about whether to go for another Swords Dance or not, but I really didn't want to get greedy, because if he did wake up, it could kind of fuck me over, I'm not sure. So I just go for Ice Punch to finish it off. And yeah, that is a dead Lilligant. And I don't know what it was going to do, but I'd rather have it that way, because I really did not want to find out. So, now he brings in Wheezy, and that is his Weavile. So he gets the pressure off, don't really care about that. And he goes for Fake Out. That was pretty surprising. But you know what? It's not a bad idea if you're not going to run Swords Dance, because that way you can just get a little bit of extra damage of them before you actually go in for the kill. So, he told me in the chat that unfortunately for me, his Weavile is max speed, mine is max attack. So, that allows him to go first, go for the Brick Break, and take out my Weavile, which is pretty bad. So now I bring in Jaws, and, I mean, one of my sweepers is down, my other sweeper is crippled because he's burnt, and not really feeling too confident right now. So, let's go for Waterfall, because it can hit anything, really, except for Melodic. Unfortunately, he switches into that. But it does actually a decent chunk. I know it might seem pretty bad, but from that damage, I can judge that a Night Slash should be able to KO it, even though I'm burned. His Waterfall, even though it's not very effective and I'm burned, still did actually a pretty decent amount of damage, considering how defensive Melodic is. So, I get my speed boost, and I go for the Night Slash. So, it actually wasn't that bad. I did get the Waterfall. Now I am +1 speed, and Melodic is down. So that is always a great thing. So now I get my lefties, and now I get burnt, and yeah, now I get my speed boost. A lot of after-turn effects with this son of a bitch. So now he brings in Dizzy. I hit him on top. I'm just like, yo, come on, really? Because now I'm -1 attack, and I'm burnt. So I'm pretty much completely useless. I switch out, thinking maybe he'd go for a Fake Out or a Mach Punch, not exactly sure what kind of hit on top this is. So I bring in Gumby to get the Intimidate off, hoping maybe if he got minimum damage I could survive one of those two moves, but he goes for High Jump Kick. I was hoping for the miss, but I don't get it. I wanted to use Morning Sun here, or either just do that or take out the Hitmontop. Either one would be really good for me. But that doesn't happen because he gets the High Jump Kick hit. So now I bring in Pancakes, my Nidoking, and he's going to switch out here. and bring in Son Goku, or Son, whatever. So I just go for Earth Power because it's my best move, and it can hit everyone pretty well. I didn't want to go for, what's it called? Sludge Bomb or whatever. Is it Sludge Wave? I'm not sure which one I have on this guy, because Sableye would not really take that. Oh, actually would take it really well. So, yeah. Now he brings in his, Weavile, and I switch out, bring in Jaws. So, I was kind of predicting a Fake Out, and I won't take any damage on my Nidoking. So it does go for Fake Out, and it does a pretty decent amount of damage, I guess. And then with Burn, it will definitely start to rack up, but I do have Lefty, so that kind of negates the Burn, damage-wise anyway. So, yeah, I'm down to 87 HP, and he goes for Ice Punch. I was hoping maybe I could outspeed it. I should have just gone for Protect, to be honest, because actually it wouldn't even matter, because I'd still get KO'd after that. I couldn't kill the Weavile from how much attack I had left. So I bring in my Nidoking again, and I pretty much know I'm kind of fucked here, because the two guys I have left are both weak to Ice. That'd be obviously my Nidoking and my Togekiss. So he gets OHKO'd by the Ice Punch, which kind of blows. And now I gotta bring in my last guy, Togeturkey. And there's no way I can outspeed a Weavile. That's never gonna happen. Goes for the Ice Punch, and that is enough to KO me. So yeah, that was definitely a great game, and I gotta give him a lot of credit for beating me. I mean, Mixed Tears is probably my favorite thing to do. So, you know, definitely great battle. Great trainer. Too bad I don't have a YouTube account, because, I don't know, I think they'd be a pretty good YouTuber. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.